somewhere along the way, we took something simple and made it exhausting. Gardening used to feel like peace, quiet mornings, hands in the soil, time slowing down. Now, it feels like pressure, more tools to buy, more rules to follow, more work than joy. And if you're honest, sometimes it doesn't even feel worth it anymore. But here's the quiet truth many people are starting to rediscover. Gardening was never meant to feel this hard. When did IT change? Think back for a moment. Your parents, maybe your grandparents, they didn't have shelves lined with fertilizers. No complicated feeding schedules taped to the wall. No endless stream of expert advice telling them what they were doing wrong. And yet, their gardens thrived. Tomatoes were richer in taste. The soil felt alive, soft, dark, full of life. And somehow, they weren't constantly tired or overwhelmed. They didn't rush. They didn't overthink. They simply worked with nature, not against it. So what changed? It wasn't the soil. It wasn't the seeds. It was us. We started believing that more effort equals better results. We were told that success comes from doing more, buying more, controlling more, and slowly, without even realizing it, we buried something natural under layers of complexity. Instead of observing, we started managing. Instead of trusting, we started correcting. Instead of enjoying, we started chasing perfection. And that's where the exhaustion began. Because the truth is, gardening doesn't fail because you're doing too little. Most of the time, it struggles because we're doing too much. Too much digging, too much watering, too much fixing things that were never broken. And deep down, you can feel it. That quiet voice that says, there has to be an easier way. And there is. But first, we have to unlearn what we've been taught. And remember what was always there. The modern gardening trap. Today, gardening doesn't feel like freedom anymore. It feels like a checklist you can never quite finish. Buy this tool. Use that product. Follow this exact method. Plant this way. Water on this schedule. Feed at this time. Not a day earlier. Not a day later. And if you miss one step, it feels like you failed. So you try harder. You add more. You fix things that don't seem right. But somehow, the more effort you put in, the more frustrating it becomes. Leaves turn yellow. Plants struggle. Weeds come back stronger. And you're left wondering, why isn't this working? Here's the uncomfortable truth most people don't say out loud. A lot of these must-do rules were never created to make gardening easier. They were created to sell you something. A better fertilizer. A stronger spray. A new tool you didn't know you needed. And over time, we started believing that a good garden depends on what we buy, instead of what we understand. So, we try to control everything. We control the soil, control the pests, control the growth. But nature doesn't respond well to control. It responds to balance. And the more we try to force it, the more it quietly resists. The soil becomes tired. The plants become dependent. And the whole system starts to weaken. It's like trying to rush a sunrise or force a seed to grow overnight. The harder you push, the further you get from what actually works. And deep down, you can feel it again. That quiet frustration. That sense that something about all this feels unnatural. Because it is. Gardening was never meant to be a constant battle. It was meant to be a partnership. And the moment we forgot that is the moment it started feeling so hard. But here's the good news. You don't need more products. You don't need more complicated systems. You don't need to do more. In fact, the real shift begins when you start doing less, but doing it differently. What nature was always doing. Take a quiet walk in the woods. No hoses running. No fertilizer bags stacked in the corner. No one out there pulling weeds every weekend. And yet, everything grows. Not just grows, thrives. Tall trees stretching toward the sky. Soft layers of green covering the ground. Soil so rich. You can feel the life in it. Strong, balanced, alive. So ask yourself, why does it work there, but feel so difficult at home? Because nature doesn't work against itself. It doesn't leave soil exposed. It doesn't strip everything down and start over. It doesn't fight for control. It builds, slowly and quietly, in layers. Leaves fall, and stay. Plants grow, and then return to the earth. Everything that was once alive feeds what comes next. Nothing is wasted. The ground is always covered, always protected, always being nourished, without effort, without pressure. That layer you step on in the woods, That soft blanket of leaves and organic matter. That's not mess. That's the system. It locks in moisture. It shields the soil from harsh sun. It feeds the tiny life beneath the surface forms, microbes, and unseen helpers doing the real work. And together, they create something powerful. A garden that sustains itself. Now compare that to what we were taught. Bare soil, neatly cleared, every leaf removed, every mess cleaned away. We thought we were doing the right thing, but in reality, we were stripping the soil of its protection, exposing it to heat, drying it out, forcing ourselves to step in and replace what nature already provided for free. More watering, more feeding, more effort, and the cycle continues. But here's the shift. What if the goal isn't to manage the garden, but to recreate what nature already does effortlessly? What if instead of clearing everything away, you started covering the soil? Instead of fighting weeds, you made it harder for them to grow in the first place. Instead of feeding plants directly, you fed the soil, and let the soil take care of the rest. Because once you understand this, everything changes. Gardening stops feeling like constant work, and starts feeling like quiet cooperation. Less effort, less stress, better results. Not because you're doing more, but because you're finally working with a system that was already working all along. The old way that still works. Your grandparents may never have given it a name, but they understood something we're only just rediscovering. They didn't fight the soil. They fed it. They didn't leave it bare. They covered it. They didn't rush growth. They supported it, patiently, quietly. There was no pressure to optimize everything. No obsession with perfect rows or flawless leaves. Just simple habits, repeated over time. Grass clippings left where they fell, not as waste, but as protection. Kitchen scraps returned to the earth, not thrown away, but turned into life again. Certain plants allowed to spread, not controlled at every turn, but trusted to find their place. They weren't following a system. They were following understanding. They knew the soil wasn't just dirt. It was alive. And when you take care of what's alive beneath the surface, everything above it begins to take care of itself. Today, we call it mulching, composting, natural gardening. Back then, it was just common sense. And maybe that's what makes it so powerful, because it reminds us the answers we're searching for were never really lost. Why simple works better. When you stop overworking your garden, something surprising begins to happen. The soil stays cooler, longer. It holds onto moisture. Instead of losing it overnight, you water less, but your plants look healthier. Weeds don't disappear completely, but they lose their grip. Because they're no longer growing in exposed, struggling soil. They're competing in a space that's already balanced. And your plants, they stop depending on constant intervention. Their roots grow deeper, stronger, more resilient, not because you forced it, but because you allowed it. And then, something even more important happens. You start enjoying it again. The pressure fades. The rush disappears. You're no longer chasing perfection. You're participating in something natural, a rhythm, a quiet process. Gardening becomes less about fixing problems, and more about observing, adjusting, allowing. And in that space, you find something you didn't expect. Peace. Because gardening was never meant to drain you. It was meant to restore you. Not just the soil, but you. Starting over the easy way. If your garden feels like too much right now, don't add more. Take something away. Skip the extra products this week. Leave the fertilizer on the shelf. Put the new tools aside, just for now. And instead, try something different. Cover your soil. Even a simple layer: dry leaves, grass clippings, kitchen scraps. Let it rest. Let it breathe. Water a little less. And watch what happens. Because when the soil is protected, it begins to protect itself. You don't have to fix everything at once. Start small. One bed, one corner, one quiet change. Notice how the soil feels after a few days. Cooler, softer, more alive. Notice how you feel too. Less rushed, less pressured. Because this isn't about catching up or doing everything perfectly. It's about stepping out of the cycle of more and returning to what actually works. A garden doesn't need to be perfect to thrive. It just needs to be supported, consistently, simply. So give yourself permission to do less, but do it with intention. Maybe the biggest mistake we made was believing that newer always means better, that more tools, more products, more effort, would somehow lead to better results. But in gardening, and in life, that's not always true. The old ways weren't perfect, but they were grounded in something we've drifted away from. Observation, patience, respect for how things naturally work. They didn't rush the process. They didn't try to control every outcome. They trusted it. And maybe that's the lesson waiting for us here. If gardening feels harder than it should, if it feels draining instead of peaceful, it's not because you're doing it wrong. It's because somewhere along the way, we were taught to do too much. But you can step out of that. You can return to something simpler, something quieter, something that feels right again. Because the truth is, it was never supposed to be complicated. It was never supposed to exhaust you. And it was never about perfection. It was always about connection. To the soil, to the seasons, and maybe back to yourself.